I've had a fear of communicating in the past. I've definitely tried to be the chill girl, you know, like, oh, I'm just chill, I'm just cool. And it's like, wait, I'm still chill and I'm even cooler when I can communicate. Hi, sweets. How are y'all? I'm happy to be here, and today let's get vulnerable. So I've mentioned that for therapy, I've been using BetterHelp.com, and like within the last probably 2 or 3 months, last 2 months, I got a new therapist who is outstanding. I mean, I just really connect with her and really enjoy talking to her. And sometimes I'll even, the more comfortable I get with her, the more I'm willing to do this. But they allow you to type in journal entries on BetterHelp.com, and then you can share them with your therapist. And I want to read y'all the journal entry that I wrote on October 28th. Yeah, so here it is. Whew. I'm realizing how much dating hesitancy I have. I've recently met 2 men who I feel interested in, and I'm seeing how hesitant I typically find myself when it comes to messaging them when we are apart. It's like I'm always nervous I'm going to say the wrong thing to them, and then they'll lose interest in me. I know this isn't something I should worry about. If someone doesn't like me for being myself, then they aren't the right person for me. I must have had a situation like that happen in the past, or at least in my mind that happened, and I haven't been able to unsee it. And by that, I'm talking about I must have had it happen where like I felt as if me messaging someone, like what I sent them turned them away from me. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, no, if I just sent them like a sweet message and they're like, and they end things with me, it wasn't because of the sweet message, you know? I think there would be a lot of other things, and maybe they felt unworthy of that sweet message, you know? It's, now I'm aware, like, me messaging someone whatever I'm gonna message someone is gonna be a nice or just like chill message, you know? So if someone ends things with me shortly after I message them or something, it's not about that. Okay, I really hold back when it comes to dating someone I feel a genuine interest for. I have a stopping point. I'm open up until it starts to get more serious / more vulnerability is required. I think I still have anxiety from my last relationship and how it abruptly, but also unabruptly ended. That was the first true relationship I've been in, the only man I've ever lived with, the only man I was ever building a life with. I thought we would have worked harder to work through our problems. But then again, I didn't want to work through our problems. He was more willing to than I was. I don't like to admit that. I don't know. Well, I do know things have worked themselves out for the best. It's still a little scary and hard for me to imagine another relationship. It just kind of freaks me out. The question is, how do I move on and get to the point where I'm really opening up and being vulnerable with men I'm interested in? I would love for this to happen. I just need to keep working on it, and I need to keep dating. And I should make notes of the reasons why things end with the men I go on dates with. I'm curious about that. So that's what I wrote. And then the therapist responded. She said, "Thank you for sharing your journal entry. We need to unlearn the fears you might have picked up due to your past relationship so that it can feel safer to date. We will analyze this behavior to maybe find the root of it and start working on removing this hesitancy. I do think that you have worked hard to face your dating fears. Through exposure therapy, and slowly but surely, we'll get more accustomed to these interactions to start unlearning some potential behaviors. I am looking forward to our session." So that's everything. You know, and I love what she wrote, exposure therapy. Like, I do think that is probably the #1 thing. I have been like nervous to even go on dates. Like, I was hardly even dating. Now I am dating, I am meeting men I'm interested in, and I am continuing to go on dates with them. I'm not running away. And I think the more I go on dates, the easier it's getting. And I see so much improvement. And then I think the other thing is just communicating where I'm at. Like, okay, if there is a guy I'm interested in, just telling him, hey, for me, I do feel like I need to take things slow. I do want to be vulnerable with you, but it just might take me a little extra time to get there. Yeah, I think just communication is so awesome. Communicating is awesome. Okay, and then I have one other thing I want to bring up. So I saw a post on Instagram yesterday, and I actually forwarded it to one of the guys that I've been hanging out with, who I do really enjoy hanging out with, you know. Like, even if we weren't to date, or like, yeah, if this doesn't go further romantically, I would really love to be his friend. And yeah, that's a great sign for me. Okay, so let me read what it says. Moral of the story. An overthinker must date a great communicator. And he replied and he said, which are you? So I was assuming he meant, which are you, the overthinker or the great communicator? And my response was, good question. You know, I've definitely been an overthinker before, but what I'm working with myself on is communicating if I'm overthinking. And then I saw this man says, an overthinker must become a great communicator. And that really resonated with me. And like, yeah, what a game changer that makes. I definitely, part of the dating anxiety, I think, is starting to like someone and then overthinking, do they like me or not? Or like, oh, why haven't they responded? Or why haven't they sent me the details for the date tonight? And rather than me sitting there like, oh, when are they gonna text me? It's like, just message and say, hey, I'm making my plans for the day. What time are you available? I'm available at 5:30. You know, just putting it out there. And then if they still just don't respond, that's them sending a message that they're not interested. And then I'll take that and carry on. But yeah, now I'm like, I'm not gonna fear just communicating. I've had a fear of communicating in the past. I've definitely tried to be the chill girl, you know, like, oh, I'm just chill, I'm just cool. And it's like, wait, I'm still chill and I'm even cooler when I can communicate. I hope I'm not getting sick. Okay? Yeah, so that's everything for today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Can you relate to this? How's your dating life going? Or how's your relationship going? How's your heart? That's from the Nick Vile podcast. I do like his podcast. Anyways, y'all, like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I will be back next week. Love you all. Happy Halloween. Did y'all dress up? I was a little forest fairy. It was really cute. Okay, I love you guys. Give yourself a hug today.